Hello everyone. So this weekend is another exciting weekend. I'm heading back to Kingsport, Tennessee for Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. So I'm all packed up and ready to go. I've got quite a lineup of people that I want to meet and I'm very excited. We are staying at the Fairfield Inn, basically right across the street from the Meadowview Convention Center. I had some Marriott points on my account that gave us the room for free. So if you do not have a Marriott account, or if you are interested in getting a Marriott Chase Visa card, I'm going to post a link down below that will give you a credit if you apply and are approved. So guys, here is my suitcase that I am bringing. It is a London Fog personal size suitcase. Functions just like a normal suitcase, but is so small that it will fit under your seat. So for all of you Allegiant and Frontier flyers that try to make the most of that free personal item, I'm going to try and post a link to this below. And here is just a little hint of who I am going to be meeting tomorrow at Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. I'm so excited. So I am back in the hotel room. I just got out of my shower. It felt so nice watching Seinfeld. We got here around 8 o'clock, checked in, decided that we needed to get something to eat. So I actually looked on maps and saw that there was a Gypsy Circus Cidery not too far, maybe 7-minute drive from the hotel. If you are in the Knoxville area, you may have heard of Gypsy Circus. There's one in Old City. I love ciders and I love the theming of Gypsy Circus, so I was like, we gotta go there. It was great. They had a chocolate cherry mead. It was so good. My mom and I split the braised pulled pork. Yeah. And then got some coleslaw and pork and beans. We found out when we got there that they were actually having an event called Frey Fest, which was like kind of like a Viking themed kind of thing. There was a band playing outside, minstrelly. There was axe throwing, and I was like the last person that went axe throwing tonight. It was like $10 for 15 throws, but he was like, just throw however many times you want. And he had like so many different weapons to choose from. Did regular axe, a spear, which was pretty fun, and some throwing stars. He also had some throwing cards. Actually quite a few people there. We left right at 10 when they closed. I'm going to sign off for the night, get some rest, but I will see you all in the morning. Okay, so we made it to Smoky Mountain Fan Fest, and I beelined it for Sylvester McCoy, who played the 7th Doctor in Doctor Who. And they had a TARDIS there, and he had his hat and cane from when he was the Doctor. And I did get an autograph and a selfie, and cried.
Like I remember the lines that help me in the same way that you're talking about, Greg, too. So that line of Iros is amazing. And then similarly, again, I didn't record it, but like one of my favorite lines from the series I was on is, "Be the leaf."
It wasn't until like I found out how he got his scar, and I was like, oh, this is messed up. It is like, what are we doing? I'm like, what? His dad scarred him? That's why he looks the way he looks? This is weird. What kind of show is this?
And honestly, I think if today someone had walked into a Nickelodeon office and said, I've got this great idea for a kid's show. It starts with genocide. I think they would say, get out of my office right now. So we're actually lucky that it was at a time when such a show could be made. You know?
Absolutely.
It's usually advisable when drinking with your little brother not to get a tattoo.
And let's see, I have the Calabar's assistant from the first one, the bat that pops up out of his little grave. Is there somebody here to see you, boss? Disney gave me that, which is, he's still surviving in his coffin. I have him sealed very nicely. And I have Marnie's cloak and hat from the second movie. Debbie was instrumental, very sweet, in kind of nudging the producer, being like, why don't you let her take that home? Because they had made it for me, so.
Did the scene in about 5 minutes. You got the spell? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna film it. I don't have a spell. So luckily, I remember when I was in high school, I was in choir, and we did this German song in choir. So basically, I said part of the German song in the spell. So I'm there, and I'm standing there, and the wind's blowing. I'm like, Wie gesprungen, Jannerton, ein Fight! And that's what they used, and that was the song. And I was like, thank God for choir. I liked when Marnie finally realizes that Cal is not a good guy. She just goes, Cal? And then all of a sudden she's like, you're Calabar's son. Like, Cal? What? And
It took me long enough,
yeah,
honestly.
see on her face, she's like, wait a second. And I'm like, yeah, that's right.
That was a fun scene to film.
I gotta go with Judith's line too that Grandma Aggie says, but I actually say it too, so this might not qualify as an answer, but I say Grandma says being normal is vastly overrated, so it's both of our lines.
It qualifies.